The Star Wars saga is full of holes everywhere, in every episode. In this video, Jed and I will be telling you about every hole we could find in all of the 9 episodes, starting from the first one onwards in chronological order. Now I shouldn't have to say this, but there are spoilers in this video, so you have been warned.
In the first episode, there are 2 holes that almost claim the lives of 2 people. Of course, this is the hole's Naboo base. The first of these holes is essentially the entire area where Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan are dueling initially on the catwalks. Next, Obi-Wan has a close call date with gravity as Darth Maul force pushes him down a hole. Fortunately, Obi-Wan is able to hold onto a short horizontal pole and pull.
The next victim of this terrible hole is Darth Maul. Wow, who would have thunk it? Once Obi-Wan pulls himself out of the hole, he gives Maul a little slice in the abdomen, tossing him down this totally never-ending hole. Wow, Darth Maul would never come back from something like that. No way.
Now moving on to episode 2. This one isn't much of a hole, but more of a continuous opportunity of following to one's demise. What I'm talking about is Anakin and Obi-Wan chasing after Zam Weasel in the planet Coruscant. First, Obi-Wan falls, but additionally, after about a minute, Anakin jumps out of the Espila.
In episode 3, Anakin and Obi-Wan are forced to scale down an elevator shaft whilst on a rescue mission to save Palpatine. This occurs after Palpatine tells Anakin to decapitate Count Dooku, saying the great line of "Do it."
The second encounter with a hole in this episode is the hole adjacent to the fight between Obi-Wan and General Grievous. There are 2 holes in this scene, one undercover during the first part of the fight and another one in the open towards the end of the fight, where he almost but catches himself on the ledge of the platform.
Another falling into a hole incident is when Order 66 is initiated. As an attempt to eliminate Obi-Wan, a clone trooper shoots a cliff, causing him to fall further down the hole and into some water.
Within episode 4, Han, Chewie, and Luke all fall down a chute, the hole in this scenario, and fall into the trash compactor. The group escape down into the trash compactor to escape the approaching stormtroopers, but end up finding themselves in another pickle.
In episode 5, Luke and Darth Vader have a duel. Upon coming across the room during the lightsaber battle, one of the windows break, causing Luke to be sucked out of the room and to fall. With luck, Luke is able to grab onto a ledge, allowing him to pull himself back up.
When Luke attempts to rescue Han in episode 6, Jabba throws him into a pit. Luke then encounters a couple of guards and a rancor that he must fight for Jabba's entertainment.
The final hole in the original trilogy appears when Darth Vader defends his son Luke. In this scene, Luke is struck by Emperor Palpatine's lightning, but Vader protects his son by lifting Palpatine and throwing him into the hole.
This now brings us to the new trilogy, beginning in episode 7 in Starkiller Base. We first see the vastness of this environment when Rey is trying to escape from the base. An unfortunate victim of the gigantic hole in this base is Han Solo. Han is tricked by Kylo, his son, and stabbed. He is then tossed into the never-ending hole.
In episode 8, Rey is drawn out to a hole characterized by darkness. As she examines the hole, she is pulled into it, falling into some water inside. Rey then shares the experience that she had with Kylo Ren, saying that she was looking for answers about her parents.
In episode 9, the last movie of the saga, we see Rey completing some Jedi training. Within the scene, Rey can be seen leaping over a large linear-shaped hole.
Kylo Ren, or Ben at this point of the plot, meets up with Rey to help fight against Palpatine. However, Palpatine swiftly separates the both of them by force pushing Ben into a deep hole while saying that as he fell, so shall fall the last Skywalker.
The final hole in the saga in the end of episode 9 where Rey buried Leia's and Anakin's lightsaber by creating a mini sinkhole in the sand. Doesn't she know Anakin hates sand?
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
That's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. As you may know, this video is supposed to be silly, and it was quite literally created through Jade and I ranting about how Palpatine threw Ben into a hole so easily. But then I realized that there were way too many holes or too many places for people to fall down. But if you think we left out any holes, feel free to let us know in the comments. Now that's all from us, but remember, don't go falling into any holes. And if someone offers you some death sticks, just follow Obi-Wan's advice.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.